It's releasing its ether! Fall back! We cannot let it touch us! Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw!
That will not be necessary, Captain. Though I appreciate your concern. The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. But now we have a way to contain that corruption. The blessing of light, and the hero who wields it now stands before you. Behold! The monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
Scar. It can't be.
What's happening?
It's so beautiful.
The sunless sea. The warrior of darkness has come.
Is that what I think it is?
The night sky, as it should be.
Who are you people? You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true. My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin-Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, The other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will. I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed, but for the present, I beg you stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the wardens and restore darkness to the first.
It seems I've no choice but to fight.
On behalf of the first, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, XR, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin Eater is defeated.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villagers and make our way back to the Crystarium.
It's as if the sky itself had disappeared into the heavens. If I didn't have Una to tend to, I'd never stop staring. It's over, yes? I might need a moment. Without the constant glare, Lakeland seems an entirely different place. How quickly you have adjusted my faith within you. So many lives saved, and the sky itself heralds your success. A single victory in the largest struggle, perhaps, but a momentous one and nonetheless. Now, as for how we proceed from here. The villagers we evacuated earlier have arrived safely in the Crystarium. They seem to be accepting of their situation for the moment. Most folk are far too distracted by the sky to worry about wounds or lost homes. They whisper and wonder if the Warrior of Darkness has come. It is to be expected. Daniel, I must ask a favor of you. Would you be so kind as to conceal your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Seeing the light received from Lakeland is a momentous occasion, and many will be swept up in the maelstrom of excitement and confusion. Should you come forth as a legendary warrior of darkness, I fear that, no matter how good your intentions, such an appearance would throw the city into disarray. I find myself in agreement with the exarch, although my concerns are more focused on Yulmore. It may be best you maintain a low profile until we see how Father responds to all of this. My thanks. Though we cannot freely celebrate your success, pray allow your heart to be buoyed by the joy of our citizens, a joy you surely brought into being. And I must ask the same of your discretion of you, Captain. It is my intention to share with our people the tale of a great warrior who stood in defiance of the Sin Eaters. This unnamed champion defeated the Light Warden and has departed for parts unknown, yes? As you wish, my lord. Your penchant for mystery is nothing new, and I will encourage folk not to question this either. Although I expect to be told the whole truth of it one day, about all of you. With that settled, I shall return to the Crystarium and make a address to the people. These explanations and adjustments will consume much of my time, so pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from your exploits. And to think, you've not even need to shutter the windows to enjoy a dark and peaceful night's sleep. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation of the remaining survivors. And I hesitate to ask, after all you've done here today, but could I ask you to pass on your message on your way to the pendants? Please let Bragi know that we're bringing a number of injured, and that any restoratives in the markets need to be reserved for the infirmary. We should start by making our own way back to the Crystarium. Slowly, mind you. We wouldn't do you to arrive too soon after the exarch. I'm staying behind as well. There's something I need to check in on in Holminster. We already went through the village top to bottom, I say, but we should take all the chance we could rest, you included. I know one of those leaders, and I can't rest, not now. So please, I wish to be left alone for a while, and that means you as well, Daniel. I shall be cross if you try to follow me. Promise to find you later, when I feel myself again. Just you and me then, shall we? Well, the Crystarium seems relatively ordered, wouldn't you say? The exarch's speech must have been reassuring to hear. On the contrary, there's something jubilant in the air. I have a feeling this night won't be quite as peaceful as our hooded friend predicted. I think I shall take a brief stroll around the town before retiring to my chambers. Well, if you discharge your duty to Bragi, I suggest you do the same. Sleep well, Daniel. I hope untroubled dreams find you in Alice Havel. Aye, what can I do for you? Looking to buy a lantern like every other stumbling soul in this city. I see. Well, Captain Lean, I can rest assured that any potions I spot coming through will be set aside for the boot. Hang on a moment. If you're carrying messages for the guard, does that mean you're over there then? Battle Holminster. So a lad like you might want to play a visit to the wandering stairs. So no. Sure, Leonard can introduce you to some interesting opportunities. Jill, more beer for the table 2. A couple of pints for the mead for table 3, if while you're at it. Coming right up. Sorry, we're rushed off our feet this evening, sir. Can I get you anything? Drinks are on the house. Oh, that Braggy has a twisted sense of humor. To think he'd send you to me at a time like this. Their first real night in near 100 years has folk all riled up and then some. What's more, there was that eater business at Holminster switch. They say a light warden was destroyed without a damn trace, and there was a warrior of darkness who did the deed. I really small apologies to Leonard. He's almost as rowdy as our customers, so that's no small feat. A lot of the regulars are bounty hunters, you see. They mostly go after eaters, and the rumors of warriors appearing as the spark of their kindling. You know how the weak eaters are drawn to the strong ones yet, right? Aye, they swarm like angry bees around a queen. You need look no further than Holminster for proof of that. The attacks on that scale don't happen every day, praise the blessed Shadow. No! The more common threats are the strays. No one knows why, but every now and again an eater will leave their pack to prowl alone. These are the ones you run out into in the road if your luck is foul. They're a danger to everyone, so a settlement council puts bounties on their heads, and our bar here is a convenient place for hunters to gather and share information. A danger... Seems like a few of them were inspired by the warden selling even more than most. These are types who are the right size on the absolute worst of the strays. Classes eaters, they've been dubbed the cardinal virtues. The virtues showed up out of nowhere about 3 summers ago when the historians heard descriptions given by survivors. Well, apparently they showed appearance of villains who caused the flood. And if that doesn't send a chill down your spine, they've also been reported to be as tough as light wardens. Not the kind of prey you can take down single-handed. Our virtue hunters have all but given up, but knowing that the warrior of darkness is out there has lit a fire in their bellies. Just look at them. That Hume over there, with the oversized sword, is grandson. He's in it for the revenge. Wants to recruit a comrade in arms as tenacious as he is. The Mistel lad is Lurik. Don't be fooled by those dewy cheeks. He's as hard as a hunter as they come. He just lost a partner and seems to be on the lookout for a new one. That's Serik. Word is he sent an expert in magecraft to help the virtue he's after. Last we have Guilt, a dwarf and a drunkard both. Want to join forces with a healer and only healer. Something about needing a mentor's wisdom. See my share of competent veterans and you have that look about you. Maybe you should introduce yourself to one of our hunters, who knows? Together you might even be able to collect the bounty of a cardinal virtue. Now that's a great idea. Imagine the prestige my bar would earn even if we posed to the pair of patrons of a successful virtue hunter. Welcome back, sir. I wonder if anyone can sleep with the city such an uproar, but... will you be returning to your quarters? Very good. A night. At the present situation, I had illumination prepared for all our rooms. No need to rush to the markets for lanterns or candles. Have a pleasant day, pleasant rest, sir.
So it's your lot's turn to be the Warriors of Darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
These are my private quarters.
Aye, I know. Just the place. In case you've forgotten, you're the only one who can see me. If we had one of our little chats in public, people might start thinking you'd lost your wits. Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends then? Through thick and thin? Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time? I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
So this is what the light was hiding. He's here. I must go to him.
Intruders! Fan out and find them! Out of my way!
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy. When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The Dragoon who plucked the Warrior of Light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear their receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
Oh, stranger. Please, you must help me. I fled here from Holminster Switch, but I lost my necklace along the way. I noticed it was missing as I passed the Church of the First Light. I couldn't go back. Now the guard tells me that Lakeland is too dangerous for me to go in search for it. I know I should be glad I discovered my life, and I am. But that necklace was a gift from my father, and it's all I have to remember him by. If you can travel freely, then please, bring it back to me. Hail, sir. Why this old woman imposed upon you to travel to Port Job in her stead? My son Chadwick is the guard out there, and I have a package for him that wants delivered. I'd go myself on my knees, simply aren't up to the task. That's the So I would strongly advise you not to strike too far from the Vistarium. Word has it that Yumar has dispatched his military to Lakeland. Given the timing, one can only assume that they do not welcome the return of night. Even now, the Exarch and the Ocular are deliberating their response. Well, if it ain't Daniel. You headed in? Ah, there you are. Looking deadly enough at that sight to make me weak at the knees. I'll wager it's time we stop faffing about and make ready for the hunt our target. My Lemirs have been hard at work scraping together what information they can. Let's see what they've got. Everyone's here? Good. Anarchist event. No further Chimera-related incidents you'll be happy to hear. The only chipper last there is Herman. Make your acquaintances. As you know, our quarry is Voidsent, and he goes by the name Orcus. He's eluded the best, but these two are a step above him. Tell me what you have. By your will, boss. I asked around the unsolved murders and disappearances, seeing if anyone involved matching your description you provided. There's many pieces people as are there grains of sand. No shortages of tragedies either. One, however, stood among the rest. Woodcutter at the Black Shroud disappeared without a trace. No body, no belongings, nothing. Not enough occurrence in it by itself. The sightings of a stranger with skin pale snow near his last known whereabouts piqued our interest. Now that's a promising start, but those woods are crawling with bandits and brigands of all sorts. Duskwights and keepers are said to come in ghostly hues. Are we sure this man ain't one of them? Sure that I've ever been lost. How many bandits have the eyes of color of blood? Too mashed too close to one. I can't say that. We have a lead. If I may, boss, are we sure we need the help of this outsider? How much trouble can one void send me? Herman, he's standing right there, for God's sake! No, she's right. I've always told you to turn a wary eye to those outside the family. She's just doing her due diligence. But trust me when I say we need every advantage we can afford. I made the mistake of misjudging Orcus' strength before, and for my hubris, my family, my flesh and blood family, was slain. All of them. I was planning on holding that bat a bit longer, but 'twas before the Lemirs. I swore two things. I'd repay that suffering 1,000-fold, and I'd never let that bastard take anything more from me again. I mean to keep my vow, and I trust I can count on you to help. You don't have to ask twice, boss. Your wounds are our wounds, even the ones that become scars. We'll see your vengeance rot. All these years I've scraped to make a place for us. I've looked forward to the day he'd pay his dues. And ain't just for me that we'd have to come down to either. He's a blight on ARZ itself, and the longer we let it fester, the more suffering it'll spread. We need to corner him now, when we have the chance. Are you ready, Daniel? You know those wounds as well as any of us, and we'll need your experience if you hope to be back before supper. Much appreciated. Alright, let's get to it then. Herman, I want you here in Ul'dah, keeping your ear to the ground for any news of Orcus' movements. Arnicus, you lead us to where this woodcutter disappeared. By your will, boss. That'll be the central shroud, so our best course would be to set off from Bent Branch Meadows. Orcus is an accursed name, feared from Garlemald to Alamigo. I hear tell the people of Kirabani bestowed it on a fiend that feasts on the bones of a man. So much does it reek of the evil incarnate. Good, you made it. Before we set off, allow me to share the circumstances of our poor woodcutter's disappearance. So I heard it, he disappeared nigh on a week ago. Got lost, some surmise, but he was a seasoned woodsman, not some highbrow, born traveler who forgot to buy a map. Questioned those closest to him and think of a reason he might want to make himself scarce. He'd even made plans to meet with friends not long from now, but I expect that promise will go unkept. Sounds like we can pull out a voluntary departure. I believe we can. The last person to see the man alive said he took his axe and ventured northwest. And that's what we're sent on track. Here, Daniel, take these. A magic transceiver and a candle that sounded like the voice and his favorite libation, blood. Once it's lit and the fumes are wafted through the air, every void tent within 30 yalms will come running. If either of us sees Orcus, let's give the other a shout over the transceiver. As I said before, Orcus is inhabiting the body of a man, and he can put on an awfully convincing performance when he needs must. Don't give him a chance to work his wiles, or fangs will be in your neck before you know it. As much alone accompany you, you'll be a liability in a fight. Whether you find Orcus or not, return here and I'll report back to the Lemirs. Good luck and good odds. Glad to see you in one piece. Now, what's that you have in your hand? Said the Voidson was carrying this. That ring, where did you find it? I see. Then there can be no doubt. The Voidson that Daniel slew is the very same that murdered our woodcutter. Murdered, are you saying? Aye, while I was searching for a place to set my trap, I spotted a shallow grave, hastily dug and poorly hidden. Under a thin layer of dirt was a body matching the description of a woodcutter. A wholly nondescript fellow, save for the mark of a ring removed from his finger. Doubtless that ring was his demise. Shiny baubles are common fixation for the Void Center. Void Center probably didn't spare a thought for the owner, only the prize. I suppose we can take comfort in the knowledge that it'll harm no one else. Orcus nodded, said this expedition was a success after a fashion. I should apprise the whalers of what's transpired. You two catch them well and the rest. Thank you kindly, Arcus. Very well, I'll see you back at headquarters. And here I thought this would finally be over. Darnicus has the lead. We're usually toasting our kill the day after. Now these are exceptional circumstances. Maybe we didn't get the satisfaction I promised, but sitting here with our heads in our hands will do us any good. Let's be happy with one less void scent preying on helpless woodcutters. Only good void scent is a dead void scent. Here. Nothing comes with their endless hunger for ether but bloodshed and tragedy. We were on the cusp of eradicating 2 decades of misery. That's how long ago Orcus came to this world, raging like an animal free from his cage, and leaving my family dead in his wake. The grief he's caused since then is immeasurable. No matter where his accursed feet take him, its hunger follows and the realm bleeds to sate it. Of course, we aren't the only ones hunting him, but he's as clever as he's vicious, and not even the finest trackers have been able to keep up on his trail for long. Don't lose heart yet, boss. While you were away, I was making the rounds, and I might have found something that would soon bear fruit. Arnicus is following up on it as we speak. I swear, someday that man is going to keel over on my account. Still, there's no one I trust to tell me the difference between truth and hysteria. That being said, his work takes time to do right. Use this chance to hone your skills, and if all goes to plan, next time we speak to you, we'll have a golden opportunity to test them.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands. Laxon Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Holminster emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round. I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish. Enter. Well, well. The commander of the Holminster army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Holminster's interest in this?
His Benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Holminster considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin-Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Holminster's mercy, promptly. One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmor's army since before Vorthri's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmor chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
'Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmor has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia. It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmor before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
I'm sorry. Generations of Minfilias?
Ah, of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Maren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He will be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right, though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
We will continue to watch the Yulmorans. Minfilia has indeed been captured. I dare say we will see another familiar face anon. But first things first, pray seek out Moran at the Cabinet of Curiosity. Whatever you're thinking Moran's going to tell you about Minfilia won't be what you're expecting. Just trust me. Seems least to be good Minfilia. Yes? If you're after books pertaining to the Warrior of Darkness, I'm afraid most are out on loan purposes. And experiencing quite a surge in popularity. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle Light? It would be my pleasure to assist. After I finished off some few outstanding tasks, that is. While I attend to them, perhaps you can fetch me a book. The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light is coming. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, and the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend anyone with an interest in what learning building. But you must see for yourself. The book should be located on the lower book. Should I say, for there is a place, while there is a place for everything here, not everything is always in its place, despite my best efforts. In short, the book is not where it should be, then it will be certainly where it should be. So, good luck. No look as the end. Is there a step ladder we could borrow? This is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. Happy to say I've finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning otherwise. Without further ado, then. It began 100 years ago when the flood of light threatened to swallow Norvrent. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance, maiden with hair spun gold and her eyes of clearest sapphire. Naught was known about her save that her name was Minfilia. For delivering the realm, she became to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace. 15 years later, her name would unexpectedly appear in the annals of history. When Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Verberge, the young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair spun of gold and eyes of clear sapphire. She was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and came to be likewise called Minfilia. Enlisting the Yomaran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters. She eventually met her in battle. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the selfsame eyes, that selfsame hair, and those selfsame powers. She too took the name Minfilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Yomar, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. Concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Norvrent on numerous occasions. Were not for them, we might never learned of the Light Wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some, perhaps. The truth is rather less simple. The Oracle is reborn with certain common traits. She does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, versed in the ways of wars and ignorant of them. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not. But all were made to face the Sin Eaters and all died to keep our hopes alive. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Yulmoran army some 10 years ago and taken to their care. Or rather, their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name. For by that time, under Lord Valthr's rule, Yulmar had already abandoned resistance in fervent decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, so they kept her in lock and key. For a long while, we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was within the Yulmoran's best interest for her to remain under their control. But then 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Well, Billy, we now have a good grasp on Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time. I want to trouble you for a word, dude. Outside. Seems like a suitable place for a chat. As you've already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Thancred. They have since been wandering the land together, but never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had the chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Hydaelyn's emissary to halt the flood of light. It can only be heard that the people of the first witnessed hundreds of years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there is plenty of some connection between the woman we knew and her namesakes, the fact that these ghosts do not share their memories must surely mean they're not the same person. Thancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, Thancred we know would not forsake this charge. If she has been captured, we may be well certain he will not stand heavily by. There you go again. Talking about your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, let's spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Hydaelyn's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, Daniel? It's generally been enough, but fine. I see you've made up your minds. XIV, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Scouts have confirmed that the Yulmoran forces at Laxton Loft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but they cannot be. To be certain, they will move into Yulmar ere long. Should that happen, they may be forced to give up her as last. So for me, Jack, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you trust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium. Trust Minfilia's rescue to the people of the Crystarium? Alright then. Let's hear what the XIV has to say.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary. 'Twas not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you. My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmore. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmore's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmore's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear!
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Yulmore wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. See to your preparations.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
People of Exterium have initiative. I respect that. Though our hosts have offered to take the lead, we still have a part to play. Let's see that we play it well. Many here have a place in the heart for Midvilla. We must ensure that this mission succeeds, for all their sakes. So, you will be joining the guard. But however highly the Exarch thinks of you, you will receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Where's your salute, soldier? Better. More spirited than the Exarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Now, first things first, you will need uniforms. Go to the crystalline mean and report to Katniss. She will see you measured and fitted. There's the last one. Your friend's being measured as we speak. Right this way? We'll see to it that you look the dashing best for your first outing. Done, are you? Let's have a look at those numbers. Let's see. How goes it? Sorry, Captain, I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that's already fit. But we do have a few that are very close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well, see you then. See to it. And have those uniforms delivered directly to the field. So take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. As mentioned earlier, we will deploy Amaro to scatter dream powder from the air. Once this powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. Your safe liberation is our sole objective. Engage in city avoided wherever possible. I assume it will be part of Sunny Island. Correct. The unit will be divided into 2 contingents, one deploying for a important job and the other from a hostile imperative. You and Alpha Nova will join the flock. Daniel and Yoel will join the latter with me. Before you proceed to your positions, you are to report to Tissamel in the Spanish. She will listen you sound to ward off the effects of the dream power. We're on our way then. Take care, my friend, when we'll see you in the field. It's quite far to the Imperator, so you may make use of Amaroth and Rook after you've collected the serum, of course. Yes, sweetie. Is there something you need? Oh, one for the guard. The guard came for your time date. Alright. Here you go. The dust will keep you sitting firmly in the waking world while your enemies are off in the Now, if it's your first time, I should warn you. It's bitter as sin. Princess kiss, they call it. If you ask me, it should be called Crone's kiss. Just decided this stuff really is foul. Most people gag like there's no tomorrow. But if you don't drain every last drop, you're liable to end up taking your dreamland yourself. So I must ask that you drink it here and now while I watch. Come on, give the old crone a kiss. Well, it's on. I'm back. If I didn't know better, I'd even say you enjoyed it. And now you needn't fear falling asleep on the battlefield. Just have care to listen your limbs up, alright? Be able to tend to go. Now we're to take you to the Emperor, okay? As much as we would like to oblige all of mine to reserve for the coming operation. Here you will have to go by foot. Wait, might be another way from your running commander. About to deliver an ammo to Rare to discuss around one of the locations where the beast will fly for the operation. Tower lies along the route of the Imperator. Near good enough is good for you. You may make a delivery in my city. Very good. Show ready the ammo for departure plans. Where this goes around is to the north and west. You can take the road or you can fly, it's up to you. Upon arriving, make yourself known to the sentry and she will give you further instructions. If you become separated from the Amro, worry not. The beasts are trained to return to the rookery. That is all. Go on. afraid there's a change of plans. We've already have all the beasts we require here. So this one is to go to the Imperative out to the west. Please see to the handler duty. Sally Van through. If you encounter trouble along the path, return here and I'll get set you right place. Ah, the last hand. My thanks, friend. May I leave the beast with me. Say, I don't believe I know you. Did you join the guard recently? Ah, so this is the way you reach. Well, you managed to arrive, and that's all that matters in the end. Bid you welcome to the Hostile Imperative, one of our key strongholds in the Lakeland. First thing you want to do is report to the captain. You'll find her at the lookout across the way. So, it seems that rather than the Admiral delivering you, you deliver the Admiral. I'll not thank you. I'll expect all my soldiers to make themselves useful. Speaking of which, I have a task for you. In readiness of the operation, the Admiral will be needed to be treated with the same serum as us. As you well know, however, it is not pleasant. In order to coax them to taking it, we have sprinkled it on their fodder. All that remains is to feed it to them. A task I'm sure you will enjoy. Fetch the fodder for the Admiral launch and see to the 4 beasts. Dismissed. Horrific. The rest have already been dosed, so we need not fear any of our mounts succumbing to the dream battle. All units have now entered the final stages of the preparations. The time is nigh. Make ready and wait deployment atop the main watchtower. I will send you your uniform as soon as it arrives. That is all. May night smile upon us.
You